Everybody, this is Jason coming at you. So I just want to give a little tutorial here on something I figured out. I didn't see any, at least video tutorials on it on anywhere on YouTube or anything, so I thought I'd make one. So essentially, this is taking your OBS files and moving them into After Effects. After Effects doesn't like the files that OBS natively puts out. I know or OBS uses H.264 encoding, and it shoots out FLV files and typically AAC 48 kilohertz audio. So, yeah. First off, let me show you my settings that I use for OBS. These are them here. Um, I have an NVIDIA, so I use NVIDIA ENC, which seems to be really good for recording. 1500 bit rate. I don't use constant because I make the file size gigantic, as you can see right down here. Um, I'm about 4,000, around 35. When I'm in the game that I typically use this to record, which is why I did this in the first place, I stay around about 6, so we're good. This is checked and moved to 0, so I think that means there's no buffer. Quality is maxed out at 10. So yeah, the audio codec is AAC 48 kilohertz, bitrate 192, and of course stereo. That's the bare minimum I would do. My broadcast setting is nothing, it's just file output. Of course, I said I had an NVIDIA graphics card. I take videos in 1080p in 60 frames per second. So yeah, that's self-explanatory. This is the other thing. I do multi-threaded, normal class, because the game is also running, so the game and this have to run in tandem. I use the high quality preset from the NVENC. If you're using the X264, it'd be a little different here. But yeah, this is my setup essentially. So that's that. OBS records 60 frames per second, 1080p. Awesome. So the other part is OBS is going to record out to different FLV files. So that's how OBS works. You can't change it. You can't modify it really. So for the overhaul people, we like to use After Effects to edit videos. It gives you a whole bunch of flexibility, and you can do really just about anything you want to. What I do, I've set up here some batch scripts. First, this is FFmpeg. I think it's made by FFmpeg.org, something along those lines. There will be a link down in the description to them. Awesome work, awesome open source work at that. So, yeah, I got 2 batch scripts. I'm going to show you what they look like here. This one is just a simple thing that loops through all the FLV files in the directory, and then calls the next script with the file name. That's basically it. That's all it does. Then this one over here, what it does is it takes the file. Now, key, if it exists already, what it's going to encode it into, which is going to change it to MP4. It does not override it. So if you already read it, it's going to just go to the next one. And it makes a conversion log as well, so it echoes or it prints to the conversion log. We started it at this date and this time. Right here you can see. Then, okay, here's the magic. Now, it uses the FFmpeg file that we're talking about over here. It sends it the input file, which is that same file that we sent in. This just stands for, I think, directory here, path, and then file name, .flv. And then now this here, it re-encodes the audio. This means audio re-encode to 44100. I believe that forces it to MP3 as well. So the audio gets re-encoded. Now here's the biggest thing. There is no quality loss in the video because it tells the video codec that all you're doing is copying. That you're just copying the video data. Don't change it. Don't re-encode it. Don't do anything with it. Just copy it. All right, and then it puts it out to MP4. So MP4 is a container file type. It doesn't have a specific codec that it uses or anything along those lines. It's just a container. So whenever you open up an MP4 file within an application or an application, it's going to search for the header, what's called the header of that file, to determine what kind of codec is used in the actual data of the file and what kind of audio codec it should use to decode the file to display it to you. So we send it into MP4. Then it cares to just does some more stuff in the log, exits. This here sets the log if it already exists, just tell it that it already exists in the log. Alright, so yeah, and that's basically it. I'll try to put them in the description if I remember. So yeah. So what the process I take after I record in pieces, I'll do clips, then I'll take all these and I'll put them into this folder, right? This is my conversion folder. Then I'll simply just click on this, double click on this. Now, you have the option, the way it's set up, to drag this onto here, and it's going to convert it. And you can't see the command prompt because it pops up quickly. I'll show you in a second. But anyways, you can do that. You saw it created it, but okay. Or you can just click. You see this? It creates the log too, where it says it started. Conversion for this file started, and then conversion for that file completed. Alright, so we're going to get rid of this for a second. I'm going to grab this real quick. Alright, so you can see it's encoding. The files are going really fast. For those of you who have done video conversion before, you know it's not usually this fast. But this is because there's no quality loss. It's just copying the video data, just to reiterate. Alright, so yep, here's our conversion log again. Started completing, etc., etc. We're good on that. And then you can see we have 4 files here. Now they're MP4s. Same file name, but MP4. So, just to demonstrate, when you drag those old files into After Effects, After Effects here gives you an error, says it can't be imported. It's going to give you it 4 times for each one. Let me pull it back up here. Alright, and when you import the MP4s though, After Effects is going to freeze for a second because my computer's being slow, and then it imports all the files. Add the file to a composition, etc., etc. You can see. So yep, that's about it. You guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to put everything in the description. But yeah, that's it. Thanks. See ya.